my bad trailer for this one was the quest to get the autograph of the Fuhrer. Could also work for the bad summary.
Yeah. I loved that scene so much just because there was so much tension there, and then just the Adolf Hitler hands it back to him, pushes him out of the way so they can move on with it. I love that scene so much.
Yeah.
I was gonna say with that scene, the thought and the shot and everything of like being this massive thing, massive book burning. You're like, oh, history. This is great. I really love that. And they literally did it for like 2.5 minutes for that whole thing.
Yeah.
And just all of the stuff getting into that. Again, practical effects with Indiana Jones all the time. Like, oh, it's fantastic. I loved it. And yeah, the funny part about that where he goes like, stares him down, starts writing Adolf Hitler, and it gets like a small little smirk out of Harrison's character. You're just like, hilarious. Yeah. Thank you.
It's so good. Yeah, as far as kind of the bad trailer I had, it's like clearly we have to turn this into kind of like a buddy comedy, Jones Jr. and Sr. Just getting the shenanigans, getting by. So kind of lighthearted montage of them being, tied up in the castle with like the real nice, light soundtrack to it there. Jones Jr. throwing the one general dude out of the Zeppelin. I think he's saying he didn't have a ticket.
Yeah, no ticket.
Yeah, no ticket. Just like all of that is so like, buddy comedy material there. And I feel like we could have stapled enough scenes of that together that you could have sold it just as that and people would have still gone to see it.
That's great. I had nothing for this. I could think of nothing. No. Dude, like, because
some of these are tough.
No,
well, this one was ridiculously tough because, like, all I could picture the whole time, and I watched it, like, 4, 5, 6 times to lead up to this, and it was like every time I pictured it was just like action, 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 action. So the only thing I kept thinking in the back of my brain was just like somehow try to show Indiana Jones as like Jean-Claude Van Damme at the time of just like whooping ass. And like doing things, and then you watch it. And
Harrison
like,
Ford as action hero instead of just like Indiana Jones kind of thing.
Like that's the only thing that stuck out in my brain. I was like, I feel like an idiot writing that, so I'll try to find something else.
Kind of an interesting thought there, right? So it's like we do have like our action heroes, and then Indy is very much like an adventure hero, right?
Yeah,
he's more of like the interaction with the environment and the story rather than interacting with like physical combat and the action sequences themselves. So. Kind of jumping ship over into making him like that action hero thing. That would actually be probably pretty good.
All right. So, my bad summary. Filthy cum slut takes 2 big loads from father and son.
Oh, man, he went straight for it.
Very nice. All right.
Straight for it.
Beat up the Eskimo brothers.
Oh, shoot.
So... Yeah. I hope I got that last part out. Father and son. That's what it... Yeah, obvious. It's obvious once you get it out. I was like... Dude, you know how many times I said that just in the mirror? Like, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny. Just so funny. I could... No, it's just hilarious. So I could, like, get it out here. And then that last bit, I fucking... Father and son. So, yeah.
She talks in her sleep.
Talks in her sleep. Yeah.
Yeah. And just... It's just Sean Connery.
Right.
It's just Bond out there.
Yeah.
It's like, of course he did.
So,
oh, my God.
So I had National Lampoon's Jones Family Vacation.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
And then Holy Grail's oldest employee finally retires.
Oh, that's amazing. You're like, what, 500 now?
There's a lot in his pension.
Yeah.
He's doing well.
He's going to have a fun time.
Yeah.
Or he's dead now. It could go either way.
Absolutely dead. I had Trump-like billionaire uses Nazis for the most epic suicide in history of humanity.
Nice.
Very good.
Some bad casting. I said Sean Connery.
Just itself.
Just like, why did he cluck like a chicken? Like the guy just feels like a constant caricature of himself. But anyway,
yes, I had that written down too.
Yeah. I looked at again, other movies from '89. So that was my strategy again. So I said Jack Nicholson is Indy. The Batman was in '89. He was the Joker. I said, or Timothy Dalton, because License to Kill was the same year.
Fair.
And then another movie that came out that year was Driving Miss Daisy. So I said Jessica Tandy could be Dr. Schneider.
There you go. So Danny DeVito is Jones Sr.
Of course.
Oh, that's good.
I just mostly just because we just have to create that gap between junior and senior, all the more so.
Yeah.
So that would be really good. And then also Robin Williams as Indy. So
Okay.
So my mindset with this was, so we have Indy who is like, like pretty serious, but then he's got a lot of that sass and wit. and then kind of that lightheartedness, and it's in like this certain ratio. And then if we just inverse that completely, it's Robin Williams with all the lighthearted, witty, jokey stuff there, and only this tiny bit of seriousness to get him through every scene. So,
yeah, and then you think about Robin Williams, like when Indy does the whole Scottish accent thing.
Yeah,
Think about Robin Williams doing that scene; it would be brilliant, it'd be gold.
Oh yeah. So I had Robin for Indy. I had Jim Carrey or Eddie Murphy or Steve Martin as the eccentric billionaire bad guy. Just to
you know what?
throw more humor into it and make him very eccentric.
I think Eddie Murphy in that honestly would be pretty entertaining.
Yeah. So again, took the top grossing female actors of the year. Mm-hmm. So the female Nazi scientist I had would either be, if you're gonna do hot or not, Michelle Pfeiffer or Kathy Bates.
Okay.
And then the dad, I just had Mel Gibson. And for whatever reason, he was on the list in '89, but I wanted him to be pictured as like current day Mel Gibson with super gray beard, big beard, thick beard type thing, just washed up guy.
I can see it.
I do feel bad. Gibson gets some shit on this podcast because he was one of the candidates for Bond back in the day during that like Dalton Brosnan era.
And if we were around and had any say in it, we would have never allowed that to happen.
We weren't nice about it. Not that anybody listens, so Mel's fine.